But there is one way of promoting. I mean, there's a specific way that's been going on for a millennia, for the entire human existence. What's the best way to promote something? And that is through fear.
It's the main emotion that we all feel.
It's the first emotion.
It's the first emotion. It's the last emotion.
Yep. You come right out of the womb. It's the first thing you feel is fear. And once you leave this world, it's fear. It's actually the only emotion.
It's the main driving emotion of my life. Most everything, it boils down to fear.
But you could make fear fun. I think that's the entire point.
Yeah,
of advertising.
Oh, yeah. If you don't make it fun, I mean, what's,
both
with your own fear and making other people afraid. I mean, that's very fun.
Yeah, life is about making the fear that you have, the existential fear that everyone has, that never goes away, and how do you make it fun?
Yeah, live in fear is what I say. Just live your life in fear, raise your family in fear.
So how do you make fear into fun? How do you promote... How do you make fear into fun? How do you advertise with fear? It's been said that bacon is what you would eat every morning. It's healthy for you. That's what they told you in the 1920s. When in reality, bacon is terrible thing for your cardiovascular.
Oh yeah,
system.
it's not very good. Bacon, donuts. I mean, breakfast is basically based around fear. They created this lie and said, "Oh, if you don't eat bacon, you're gonna have arthritis in 20 years."
That's what they said.
That's what they said in the 1950s. Anything went back then, and it was brilliant. I mean, hats off to those bacon barons of the 1950s, just promoting pork for breakfast. It's outrageous, but brilliant. Another brilliant use of fear through promotion: asbestos. Here's a fun fact: zero evidence to suggest that asbestos actually hurts you or gives you cancer. I mean, the key with asbestos is there's this one guy, he's like, you know what? I need to make a removal service of some sort. I can be removing anything. Doesn't matter what it is. He picked it out of a hat. Asbestos. It's a chemical found in walls, and paid off a bunch of felons, threw them in lab coats and said, oh, yeah, it causes lung cancer. Complete fallacy.
Yeah, no, asbestos is actually quite good for you. I put it in food. It's a nice seasoning.
It's a beautiful seasoning. If you've ever
my personal chef said, "Oh yeah, put asbestos on it." Oh,
it's delicious.
It's delicious.
Yeah, you go to Nobu. You ever had an asbestos steak? Oh,
or an
my
asbestos
God.
pestos pasta.
Oh man, asbestos dolphin. Now that is really delicious. Asbestos whale.
Asbestos. Looking at a menu, it just says asbestos whale. Imagine looking at a menu and it says asbestos whale.
God.
24. Well, that's pretty cheap actually.
That's a cheap asbestos whale. God, it's delicious.
Have you ever been on the Orient? The asbestos whale is quite popular.
Oh yeah, in Japan, man, they can't get enough of asbestos whale.
What we're trying to say is that a man who owned some sort of construction company decided that he needed to go into every home, every building, and tell the building owners, "Hey,
let me in your walls.
Let me in your home.
Let me in your house.
Let me in your child's room. There's asbestos in your child's room.
I'm gonna get in your child's room. And rip out the walls. What do you think about that?"
He started with that.
Yeah,
that
was his opening line, and it was a little tricky at first, but it paid off in the end.